Before the game even got started, there was drama. Kiyomi McMiller, star freshman guard for Rutgers, announced via her Instagram that she would not be playing in this home matchup due to coach's decision. Not something that people are used to seeing players do. We also aren't used to seeing high schoolers sign NIL deals with Jordan in high school like Kiyomi did. So these are essentially pros, even if they don't always act like it, like in this case. Kiyomi is from Maryland, Silver Spring, Maryland. Their game before this was a road game versus Maryland. So we don't know the exact reason for her benching. We won't speculate. But here's USC head coach Lindsey Gallup and JuJu Watkins' comments about the pregame scratch.
We prepared to have her. Obviously, she's a big part of what they do. But I told the team, when we found out that she was going to be out, that sometimes other people, kind of take that opportunity to step up, and we couldn't, be any less locked in on our game plan. I thought they would probably go to Adams, even more than they normally would. So we really tried to key in on her, did a good job on that. But really it was about our team defense regardless. And, don't know what's going on there, but hope the best for everybody. And we just tried to take the challenge that was in front of us tonight.
Were you looking forward to playing Kiyomi? Were you disappointed that matchup didn't happen?
She's a good player. I'm always excited to play against good players. Yeah, I guess I was a little disappointed that she wasn't on the floor, but I think the main goal is always to win with or without players.
All right, now in her tweet, Kiyomi apologized to her fans, not Rutgers fans, which rubbed some people on the internet the wrong way. But there were 7,356 people in attendance, and it's safe to say the majority actually seem to be JuJu and USC fans, so they got what they came for.
Cheer for you. I mean, you see that in other places, but this is a league game, and people are cheering for you every time you do something.
It's really cool. I'm always grateful for supporters anywhere. I was actually surprised that I had this many fans on the East Coast just because I'm from the West Coast and we don't really visit here often. So it's always just a blessing to see, and always grateful for the crowd.
Just for context, 2,929 were in attendance when 10th ranked Ohio State visited Rutgers last week. 7,356 there to watch this game again. That's the most since the sold-out crowd of 8,000 showed up to watch Iowa and Caitlin Clark. The JuJu effect is real, and it's growing, and it's visible to all. You can see it. It's a tangible thing at this point. All right, now as for the game itself, it was over before it started. A 50-point win by USC, a career-high 19 points from Kennedy Smith, as well as a new personal high with 6 steals. She's only played in 8 games now, made an impact since day one in France versus Ole Miss. Since coming back from injury for the game versus UConn, she's really shown the world how much she raises this team's ceiling. Totally different team than what we saw versus Notre Dame. In 3 games of conference play, she's at 37.5% from 3, 52% from the field altogether, averaging 3.7 steals per game. Her per 40, which is what her stats would average out over a full game, 5.7 steals and 1 block per game. Now, if we compare that to Hannah Hidalgo, who some have said is the defensive player of the year so far, in 3 games of conference play, she's averaging 2.3 steals a game, 2.7 steals per 40. No blocks on either. Kennedy's defensive rating, 65.6 on the season, 64.8 in conference play. The lower the better. Hidalgo is at 75.7 for the season, up to 80.5 in conference play. So that's a 15-point difference that Kennedy Smith is making on the defensive end so far for her team.
I think I really take pride in my defense, so just using that to kind of build my offense as well is something that I, take pride in, and then as well as I think being that spark for the team on defense helps, the rest of the team get into that rhythm,
So I absolutely believe Coach G when she says that Kennedy is the best defensive guard that she's ever had. We see it's not hyperbole, and JuJu is no slouch herself on the defensive end. She had 3 steals and 1 block to go with her 23 points and 14 rebounds. That was a game high. I think that's the most she's had this season as well. She was very effective, not that efficient. She actually spoke about efficiency being one of the main things that she was emphasizing this season.
Thing that you like to improve on from tonight?
Yeah, I think my efficiency wasn't the best tonight. So just continuing to work on that and taking the best shots. It was an off night for me tonight, regardless of the outcome. But just continue to stay locked in with my team and knock down shots that I usually do.
Had an incredible freshman year, but efficiency across the board is significantly better. From 2, from 3, turnovers are down. What is the biggest leap you've made in year 2 that you're happiest with so far?
Yeah, I just think having experience. I think freshman year, just kind of coming into it blindly, and then now having that perspective and being able to enhance my IQ is just the biggest part of that, which comes with just learning the game and growing in all areas.
She played just 30 minutes in this game, which if you listen to some of the people in the chats that I was in, that was entirely too much. I personally disagree. After seeing her cramp up in the game against UConn, you want to see her condition of playing 35 minutes of hard-fought basketball because that's what it's going to take come March. Nothing less. Miles and Hidalgo, they played 37 and 36 minutes respectively yesterday. They're used to it. Teams like South Carolina, UCLA, Texas, they have a lot more depth and experience on the bench. Coach G and the players were asked about this once again, and they addressed why they kept their foot on the gas and the importance of not playing the scoreboard.
In a game like this where you guys are hitting on all cylinders, you get off to a fast start, how do you stay locked in mentally in a game where it kind of got out of hand? So how do you guys stay locked in mentally?
Go ahead, Kim.
I think just keeping the main thing. We came here to do a job. So even if we're up by a certain amount, I think that shouldn't stop us on either offense or defense. So taking pride in what we came here to do.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement, no matter the score. So we're just really keyed into the game plan and just trying to continue to learn off of each other and use this as experience down the line.
And, Coach, for you, what was the message to the team during a game like this? Still working on the plays? Like, what was the message to them to?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think we were that good on offense in the first half. We had 13 turnovers. We talked about turning it over last. We talked about learning to keep our foot on the gas, not playing the scoreboard. We're still a relatively new team together. We're still growing together, so there's always combinations. I'm working on lineups, defensive things, and so there's always challenges to keep them locked in with. And I thought they did a really good job of that. And that to me speaks to what our overall goals are. We want to win the game, but we want to continue to get better in doing so and be ready for whatever might be coming our way next.
There's also the issue of net ranking and bracketology, as ESPN calls it. They actually have USC ranked as a 2 seed right now, even though they have more wins versus ranked opponents and quad 1 and 2 wins than Texas. And we could talk about what all that means in a different video, but the too long didn't read of it is the more you win by, especially on the road, the more you're rewarded with a favorable path to the Final Four. We did get to see some of the other players off of the bench eventually. Dr. C, Clarice Akinwafo, she came up with another big block for USC. Last season with Red Marshall out, Clarice held Lauren Best to just 10 points and 3 rebounds in the win over UCLA. She also had 6 blocks, 3 steals, and 9 boards versus Kansas and Tiana Jackson. So do not sleep on the option that she provides against UCLA, against a team like Texas, Oklahoma, Iowa State, etc. Now, her being a future surgeon and D1 athlete at the same time is impressive, but I also want to give a shout out to the freshmen for their academics. All 7 finished their semesters with over a 3-point grade point average. 4 of them made the Dean's List, and K9, Kaylee Heckel, she had a very impressive 4.0. I figured since I started this video out talking about the professional aspect of college sports, I had to add some balance and bring it back to the student side once we got to the end. So that's how we'll end this one. Salute to you ladies. Also, salute to you if you made it this far in this video. Thank you for watching. Even more for subscribing. Catch you guys on the next one. Big win for USC.